Hello and welcome to Maltbox, the non-chill filtered whisky blog. I'm Andy and this is Whisky Review number 97. What I have for you today is a single malt Scotch whisky from the Campbelltown region. It comes in the form of this, the Glen Scotia 15-year-old. Now I appreciate that I recently reviewed a Glen Scotia, in that particular instance the 14-year-old, bottled for the Campbelltown Malts Festival 2020. There's the bottle for you there, guys. Now, the 15-year-old is a core range expression, meaning that it's there all year round. It's not a limited edition, not a limited release. And this was originally released as part of a bit of a revamp in 2015, following an earlier change of ownership to the Loch Lomond Group, which owns Glen Scotia. If you're around a little while ago and into your whiskies and you knew a bit about Campbelltown whiskies and things like that, then you'll remember that Glen Scotia, prior to this revamp, had the horrendous cow branding, various coloured tubes, and so I think you had like purple, you had green, you had blue, and they all just had a slightly disgruntled Highland cow looking at you. He was not happy to be on the front of that packaging, and to be honest, the whiskey wasn't that good either. Might as well be honest with you, it wasn't great. So the 15-year-old is bottled at 46%. We can already see on the back of the label that it is non-chill filtered, happy days. However, it does have added colouring. Now I suspect, similar to some Loch Lomond bottlings, and not just Loch Lomond bottlings, I just mentioned those because they're the same group of companies, but a lot of bottlings from other companies as well. This is predominantly due to certain markets that like to see darker whiskey. They associate dark with rich, good. Not the case, but such is life. So, non-chill filtered, not natural colour, so the colour can do one, really. It plays no part in the experience whatsoever for me. It's matured in American oak. Let's see what it's got. Some legs on the glass there. There you go. On the nose. I've got to say it's a really, really nice mix of both soft and spicy. You've got these really lovely fruity notes up front as well, but soft sort of stone fruits like apricot, not apricot jam. You've then got spices like cinnamon, something a little bit warm like pepper potentially. And you've also got this salinity, this saltiness, this sea breeze, which again you do find with quite a few Campbelltown whiskies, because it is, after all, on a peninsula surrounded by the sea. There's also a lovely bit of orange in there. Possibly some honey. And ginger nut biscuits. A really nice little nose, it is. It's only very slightly smoky, I guess. There's a little whiff of smoke in there, but to be honest, not much, if any. On the palate, good mouthfeel. Again, the salinity's there. So quite salty, very salty in fact going into the finish. That's really weird, but really nice. There's also, immediately on the palate, there's a lovely minerality to it. Again, you've got those stone fruits, so again I mentioned the apricot jam, but you've also got, alongside that, you've got cinnamon again. We've got a bit of coffee, possibly, we've got toffee, we've got spices. It's quite rich, but at the same time, you've got that sort of saltiness, that saline kind of vibe going on that's cutting through that. A bit like salted toffee, if that makes sense, like salted caramel. It's got that proper salted caramel vibe about it. A little bit citrus maybe, not too much though. Bit of butterscotch, vanilla now coming through. Sort of a shortbread biscuit kind of thing going on as well. But again, you've got that kind of minerality and sort of salinity up front, and then it's there again at the finish, which makes it really quite clean. It's a really nice sort of experience in a sense, because you've got these sort of like flavour pockets, but it's a bit like having a sort of 10-course tasting menu at a nice restaurant. You have a palate cleanser, you then have all these weird and wonderful dishes, and then you have another palate cleanser at the end of it, sort of like a sorbet or something that just completely clears your palate for you for round two, so to speak. And that's very much what this is. So overarching flavours for me, you've got saltiness, you've got toffee, you've got the spices such as cinnamon, we've got a bit of citrus in there, vanilla, biscuits and things like that. Really nice drop, that. Really, really nice drop. What I haven't mentioned is that this usually retails, for around £50 to £55, which in fairness in today's market isn't bad for a 15-year-old. I mean, you can pick up the Glendronach 15 when you can find it nowadays for about 65. So this is cheaper. Is it better than the Glendronach 15? Probably not, but they're very different whiskies. And at the end of the day, they are priced completely differently as well. So what I'm actually really liking over the last few years is the revival of this group, because I think Glen Scotia always had so much potential. You occasionally got these single casks that you thought, why aren't they using stuff like this in their production? And I think having spoken to Michael Henry at Loch Lomond, who's the master blender there, I will be doing a review of the Loch Lomond 12. There was a shift in attitude in terms of cask management across the group, and I think that certainly played a part of it. But also, I think historically, prior to the change in ownership, Glen Scotia was a bit of a forgotten soul. I think it was just an asset. It was just something to keep churning stuff out and send some of the stuff out for blending and whatever else. It's a real shame, because it's got like a bit of a cult following. If you look at Twitter and just search for Glen Scotia, people go nuts for it, me included in some cases. And I know you can get some great official bottling. I know I said OB then, the abbreviation. You can get some great official bottling on single casks now for various retailers. So, on that note, a great dram, a really nice example of a brilliant sort of like little Campbelltown gem, I guess. So thank you very much for watching. See you soon.